Okay, let's start off the live stream. I'm gonna go ahead and open up my chat. I should have this thing open up before I press the live stream button. Let me make sure that this microphone is in my face, as usual. Like in grade A preparation right here. Absolutely fucking amazing. Okay, here we go. Ah, boy. Okay. Put this up over here. And let me post some stuff to a couple of places. One person in a live stream. Whoa. I wonder who could that be. Alright, so I'm posting this here. Yep, and I am posting this to Twitter. Somebody followed me on Twitter for no reason. No reason at all. Should say playable demo, not playable version. We'll see how it works. So, I have written a new soundtrack for this game, which I'm going to program in for this, into this demo. My game. Indie game. Art. Music. Gaming, YouTube gaming. What else? Livestream zone. I'm going to see about publishing a first playable version of my game. What else? I think that's about it. What other tags do these people use? Any attention to the subject is of help. YouTube. Gamer what? Related searches. YouTube gaming support small YouTubers. Interesting. Gamer. Well, let's look at the stuff that's got the most. Actually, there's no sense in looking at the stuff that's got the most views, because the most views are usually made by Twitter users who have an active following. Ugh, jeez. Choose X-Hammer Gaming. Interesting. Support small streamers. Oh boy. See, the problem is that these people are posting to the same tags that I don't think anybody else is looking at. Avengers, YouTube Gaming. So, how to hide lights? Torches. Interesting. Okay. I think that should be it. Boop. And that should just about be there. I think posting a thumbnail would have helped, but don't have an effective one as of yet. Anyways, what have I added? I have added the fade effect. Currently muted the music for a moment. I've added the fade effect for the glow events so that the items, the objects, don't glow all the time. They kind of slowly fade. I've improved on the glow effect in itself. What else? And I've written a new soundtrack for this game, so I know. Something about having them permanently be lit up wasn't quite pleasant, I should say. Interesting. See, because of the way the shader is handling things, the fading effect is, let's see, the fading effect is pretty exponential. So let's see. So I just want to take a look at the yeah, it's because there's a threshold on the fade effect. What else am I setting with this pylon? Set object color emissive. That's the spawn location. Why am I setting? Oh, okay. Test cathedral. Oh, yeah, that's the test one. That's the giant cathedral. Interior. Set object color emissive. Let's see. So this actually takes place over here. Ah. It's because I have a bit of a thing left there. That's why it wasn't fading in all the way. So the top left corner, I have got a counter. A counter, which is going to go to 0 once the objects that are lit are no longer lit. So every time I jump on an object, it lights it up and it adds it to an array. There we go. Okay, so now it's fading in better. It adds it to an array of all the lit objects. And then there's a loop that goes through the array. There's a loop that goes through the array, which goes ahead and slowly fades out every single item in that array. As soon as it fades it completely, it takes it out of the array list. The only thing that I'm kind of realizing now is that if I jump on this object, whoops, not that one, whoops, not that one, on this object, so that's +1, +2, and back on this one, it still adds this one. It doesn't seem to be doing a whole lot of wrong with the system, because oh shit, because as I suspect, it adds the pylon to the last position in the array, so it's only logical that yeah, okay, so it goes through the array in a sequential order. So if the pylon was added at the end of the array, then that is the color it's going to be set as, regardless of the regardless of whatever's going on there. Okay, I should probably, should I lower these things or something? This shadow doesn't quite make a whole lick of sense, but that's okay. Okay, so the only thing I have left to do is shit. Ooh, no. The only thing I have left to do is the sprite for level progression. Sprite for the level progression and something else. The level progression itself. What about the height? What about the height? The oh, you mean the increase of the height with each level? Yeah, I think that would make sense. The higher you climb, the harder you fall. Oh yeah, and if you fall into the abyss, that's the end of your high score. So you would basically have to make sure that you land in a spawn area, or you are basically going to lose your high score. Now I think in the evening I'm going to also write maybe one more soundtrack. What's the number in the corner? The number in the corner is for debugging. As I said, I think you might have left the stream for a moment when I was explaining that. This is the counter for all the objects that have been brightened up, or you know, that have been added to the glow effect. Considering this is not an object-based programming at the moment, the I have all of these object instances. It's set object position, you know, player object, but they're not these objects. They're just 3D models. They don't contain any variables. So when I create a pylon, it doesn't contain any variables besides, you know, like position, rotation, stuff like that. And even then, they don't actually carry those variables with them. Well, technically they do, but they don't carry custom variables, unlike in GameMaker Studio where it is object-based. So you create an object and you give it a bunch of default variables like amount of health, right? And then you can you can spawn as many of these objects, and they will all have a variable of health. In this case, I have a custom variable of the glowing intensity and the glowing color. I can't have the effect. Whatchamacallit? I can't have the effect be stored inside of an object. It doesn't work that way. So I need to create a custom array. In fact, a couple of custom arrays, like the glowing object, so that will save the object that we are currently looking at. Then it's going to save the glowing red, green, and blue values into their own arrays. and then the intensity of the glow. And since these are 4 separate arrays, I can actually address them by the same index. So of index 1, we're gonna address pylon number 1, and the red, green, blue values will belong to the same pylon, and the intensity will belong to the same pylon, because these will have the same address, the same index in this array. So it's a neat way to kind of store custom information in this sort of a programming environment. So the number up here, every time I jump on an object, it adds it to that array. And what happens is there's another loop that goes through the array. As you can see, the number is slowly decreasing. It means that that loop is going through each and every entry of that array, and it's slowly decreasing the glow effect and applying that glow effect to each of the, to the respective pylons. So when the glow effect reaches 0, it takes that value, takes that index out of the array, so they don't keep accumulating infinitely, right? Which you technically can do, but you're gonna run out of memory at some point. So that is what the value is. Anyways. One thing though is I probably want to here, so this is where I'm actually setting the emissive color. The number doesn't affect the gameplay. No, this is just for me to know how many objects are in that array. For debugging purposes, making sure that everything is actually working as it should. Let's see. I am setting the intensity to like 5, which I don't know if I should be doing. Maybe technically it's supposed to be 1, but I don't know. No, don't shut off phone. Fool. All right. So you have to fall to save? No. You have to save yourself when you fall. So the basic idea is going to be this. Oh yeah, and I need to add some sort of a jumping sound effect, because silent, it's kind of a whatchamacallit, what's the term for it? It's a conditioning thing. When you can hear a sound effect every time you land, you associate it with the safe landing. So the same thing needs to happen with the jumping, because sometimes if it's like a downslope, you can miss the edge and try to jump, and you're not gonna jump, and you're gonna wonder why the hell it didn't jump. Well, the sound didn't go off, so that must meant you missed the thing, right? So it's kind of a conditioning thing. I was talking about something else. Fuck. Oh yeah, so the basic mechanic is you get up, you get to the very top, and you proceed to the next level. However, if, for example, I'm on level 5 right now, and I mean, this is just strictly the arcade mode demo stuff, so it's not the most canon thing. But if this, let's say, level 5, and you fall off into the abyss, that's the end. You've lost your high score. But if this is why you need to, you know, if you're falling down, you need to make an effort to try to land on, you know, either a pylon or, you know, the spawn platform. Right? So that's gonna be a thing. No way, you got Substance Painter? Oh man, such a good program. I mean, and I'm only talking like from like the stuff I've seen in the tutorials. Oh man, I tried to make textures in Photoshop, mostly like specular maps and normal maps using the Nvidia's normal map tool, and man, it sucks. Hey Janko, how's it going? I could not get it to work. Now, what I'm wondering, there was a video where one of the developers was showing off the program, showing off Substance Painter, and he showed off the plugin that comes with Substance Painter that is integrated with Unreal Engine and Unity, where if you adjust textures and paints and stuff in real time, in Substance Painter, it's going to update it right away in Unreal Engine, so you can hop back into Unreal Engine and assess your, you know, how the adjustments look inside of your game. What I'm wondering, however, is do you need Substance Designer to do it? Because Substance Painter is for creating textures. Substance Designer has more to do with nodes and creating the material effects, like linking textures to metallic properties and normal maps and all that kind of stuff. I'm still not quite sure what's the major difference between the two. There's actually a third one too. It's something with maps. Shit, I can't. Hold on, let me see. Substance Painter versus Substance Designer versus, there was something else. It's gonna be on the it's gonna be on Steam because they also promote it. Oh, jeez. Let's see what it is. Yeah, sure, whatever. There we go. Substance Copper Cube 3D game engine. Interesting. Substance Painter. What's B2M3? Also, what's Substance Painter 2? And Substance Designer. I'm not too sure what these things are, but whatever. So we got Substance Painter. And over here, where's the, oh man, wallpaper engine, bullshit. Bitmap 2 Material 3. So I guess that's just an image converter. And then Substance Designer, Substance Painter. So Substance Designer has more to do with, let's see, Substance Designer is the industry reference material creation and scan processing tool. That is interesting. Scan processing tool, more than 95% of AAA games currently developed using Substance, as well as most prestigious visual effects and animation studios. That's pretty cool. They know how to sell a product. Designer, create amazing looking materials. So what I'm wondering is, if you create your textures in Substance Painter, what happens? What comes out of Substance Painter? Just the maps, or are the material files that Substance Painter generates inside of itself also come out of Substance Painter. Interesting. Okay. Oh well, what? New comment. So transparency on an image in a quad. A shader would probably be the best solution. Anyways, level progression. Level progression. You know, I should probably set this value to just 1, because I'm getting some weird looking artifacts. What? Wait, what? Push back. It's supposed to be a 1, isn't it? Add this object to the list of glowing ones. That was kind of weird. Alright, what do we got? So, what's everybody up to tonight? Whoops. What's everybody up to tonight? Oh, okay, that doesn't... that doesn't look all that good, does it? That's probably why I had value 3 on there. Yeah, I might write another soundtrack. Also, you know what? With this thing, instead of doing an exponential fade, I think I should let's see. Instead of doing an exponential fade, I think I should just decrease it by like 0.5. Make it an even increase. So if it's going to be above 0, and this way, or above 0.05. No, damn it. Come on. Maybe 0.01. 0.05 is a little too fast. Maybe 0.25. Half the speed. Yeah, it should be okay. Oh. I can still see it though. Yeah, I can still see it just a tiny little bit. So when it is time to remove the entry from the array, I am simply going to set this up to be 0. I still have to make images for the for the entire thing. Oh, gave me an error. What sort of integer? Yes, that's an integer. Don't shit me. Don't give me that bullshit. Here we go. There we go. Okay. Oh. Oh god. All right. Anyways, where's the thing? All right, so I'll quickly make a level progression sprite. Let's see. I'll drop this over here. It's interesting that the chat program manages to stay up top always. So I need a sprite for the Ascension logo that pops up on the screen. No, not sad. No. It needs a stroke. And what the hell is that? What the hell is that? Alpha Gigi. Welcome. Okay. Oops. Okay, I should really match the color to that of a background, but I can't. I can't sample it. So, how's it going? There we go. I want to do that. And then do this. This is a level, the whatchamacallit, level transition, little level transition icon for when you move on to the next level, considering this is kind of like an infinite progression type of a game. So there is, I need a counter. I need some sort of a counter, but if this is stylized, then the counter needs to be stylized. And also, I should crop this. Oof, well, not like that. Or I'll need to do that, and I need to also darken the thing. Maybe I should try to make I mean, what is the high score really? It's the total height that you have jumped up. I want to start my first game. I've been writing my story for it for 5 years now. All right. I'm guessing you have lots and lots of questions. Shoot. We'll be of as much help as we can do. Okay, so I wonder if there's a linear interpolation thing. Let's see. Dream Temple, perfect. So assets, GUI. This is the Ascension sprite. Now, this Ascension sprite is actually going to be in 2 parts. Background. So Ascension sprite. And no spaces. Where do you start? Well, if you say that you already have a script done, then you should start by looking into game engines. Actually, it depends. Do you have a lot of money? Because if you have a lot of money, then you can hire yourself a programmer to do most of the stuff for you. Chances are you not. Chances are you don't have a lot of money, but I thought I'd ask just on an off chance you might actually be some rich dude with a grand idea. Well, what can you do? Actually, that should be the first question. So you have your story. What can you do by yourself? Hell no. I don't have. Do I have money? Hell no. Oh man. What can you do by yourself? Okay. Meshes, textures. Here we go. GUI. SBR. Ascension 1. Background equals AGK. Load sprite. You have 0.06 pounds, I think, in my bank account at the moment. Well, sir, you are currently richer than than me. I have exactly 0. My bank account. I have a lot of assets, though. cry in a shower where I'm gone. Right, but in all seriousness, what can you do? Also, how old are you? Because the complexity of the task at hand might be exponential to how old you are. Assets. GUI. Okay. So you need to copy this. I should really create a shortcut. Yeah. This is what I need. Okay, so copy this. I'm 21. Okay, so you're pretty much in the place where you can kind of self-teach and not whine a lot about things you don't understand. Okay, so you want to get yourself... What kind of a game is it? In a nutshell, where you don't have to disclose too much about your game, because I know nobody likes to do that in an open, public sense. How much of the game can you tell me? Your dad says you have until 30 to try to release this, so it's all or nothing. Not really, no. There's people getting into hobbies and, you know, when they're like 70, 60, 70. It's never too late to get into a subject, but opportunity-wise, that's a bit of a different thing. Because, I mean, if you look at this as a form of art, 9 years is a long time, yes, but technically you can make a project in a year, but you gotta really like plow through it and manage your time right. It's very easy to lose track of progress and lose sight of the goal. So realistically, 9 years, a lot could happen if you manage your time right, and nothing can happen if you just lollygag. So anyways, in all seriousness, what can you do? Because I do programming, I write my own music for these games, create sprites, textures, I 3D model, anything and everything for this project I do by myself, because at the moment I do not have the financial capacity to hire somebody to offload some of my work onto them. Open the world survival with RPG aspects. Okay, so open world, that is a humongous... Oh, so is it a 3D game or 2D game? Ascension. Really? Huh. Can't really do anything, but I have time to learn what I need. 3D. Okay, so chances are you have, well, as you said, you have zero cash to spend on your game development. So go online if you haven't done so and download yourself the Unreal Engine software, which is free for any developer looking to get into game development. It is free to distribute commercial games until you reach 100,000 of income after your, you know, payments and taxes and whatnot. What the fuck? Why did my chat just pop up all of a sudden? Oh. Anyways, look into that. Download that. It's a hefty file, so do that. What kind of pieces of software do you have for game development installed on your computer? Okay. Phil, can you model a switch? Let's see. App game kit skeletal mesh. Blender, Unity, and Visual Studio. Okay, so you're pretty much well on your way. I don't usually suggest Unity because I don't work in Unity, but if you're comfortable with Unity, then, you know, use that. Do you have anything to show? Any videos, development vlogs, anything like that? Skeletal meshes. Yeah, that's what I was looking into. AGK. Six A4 books of ideas pluses in my world. Why does my chat keep popping up? That's weird. Weird. Okay. Anyways, there's a whole bunch of stuff you gotta do. You're gonna have to learn how to make textures. You're gonna have to learn how to make a whole bunch of stuff. App game. Fucking hell, this chat just keeps popping up. It's not you don't spell well, you gotta spell check your stuff. Alright. Come on. Anyways, shit, start putting your stuff out of your sketchbook into modeling and start putting your modeling into and start putting your modeling into your game. It's really all there is to it. And put everything in your sketchbook before you put it into any software. Fucking hell. This fucking chat program is not working. Let me update this. Okay. Is this gonna work? Okay, let's see. Test. Okay, that's working. All right. Yeah. I don't know where you are in your game development stage. You could be pre-production. You could be already making 3D stuff. You could have your story done. You know, I don't know. I try to start with the animation. Sorry, no. I try to start with putting everything into text and to sketchbook, and then from the sketchbook I start modeling and animating and stuff. At least for the small games. Okay. Documentation. Commands. 3D. Okay, so there's load object. That's what I'm looking for. Load object shape. Load object with children. Okay, so which file format supports which file format supports skeletal mesh built into the thing? Because that's what I need. Bone. GameKit chat. Hmm. Somebody made an animation editor. Lemon animation system using code. Fucking hell. Piece of shit. This chat is broken today. Chat is broken to shit. It does not want to pop up. Let's see. Or maybe it's just the internet connection. Who knows? What exactly would I have to learn? Well, for starters, you probably want to learn how to spell. Then you want to learn proper audio work. You want to learn modeling, texturing, texture creation. Shit. It's start working on your game. You'll start asking all the right questions. Second scale. Okay, let me update this chat link. It's being all kinds of annoying. .x 3DS. Okay, let's see. Maya. Let's open up Maya and see if it supports 3DS format. Trying to learn anything about video game development before you start making a game is a sure way to not learn anything. It's like going to college and not getting any homework. Nothing you learn will sit. You need a practical application to learn stuff. So that's why you have to work on your game to learn game development. Because you start asking the right questions once you get into, let's say, it's time for adding audio to your game. So you're thinking, okay, how do I code in the audio? You Google that. Unity, audio, play sound file. Immediately you'll get results outlining how to do that. With then you Google, how do I edit sound effects? Same deal. Okay, I'm gonna have to actually ask the guys on the restream Why the hell the thing is not working? Okay. Okay, here we go. So I gotta look into the D3D export. Do we have D3D? Maybe not here. MD5 B3D .3D plan 3D. I'm gonna have to ask this on the form. Oh, there it goes again. As a browser. I'm gonna have to go here. Which port is app game chat? Okay. Which format? Whoops. Well, it seems like the chat problems. The chat pops up, it's just sometimes it glitches out. Yeah, well. Now time to await the answer. And in the meantime, I'm gonna go ahead and explore this myself. 3DS. 3DS includes, I think that's a 3D Max. Yep, there it goes again. God damn it. There's some, yeah, there it goes. Media source, browser source. Okay, come on. What am I looking at? This. Oh yeah, I was that 3DS file format. Contain bones and animation. Okay. Let's see, test chat 1. Can I get a counter or stopwatch? What? Is that what pops up when you say counter? Great, fantastic. Stopwatch. North Korea and Viagra. Yes. So I will post this chat and I'll stop the timer. Is the timer going to continue? Yes. 6, 7. Anyways, I just want to see how long it takes before the chat screws up. Bones system 3D Max. So I think it is a 3D Max. Maya export 3ds file. Okay, I'm going to link the guy to the chat. Okay, so give me a sign, tech guy from Restream, that you're here. I'm going to leave a message, and exactly 2 minutes later, the glitch will occur. Test chat 2. Oh, hey, look at that. It just happened. Maybe I don't even need to do the test. Alright, so these are messages from like half an hour ago. I have no idea what is going on there. Anyways, how to export 3ds file from Maya. And there it is again. It's a little annoying. Well, not for me. I don't have to look at it. Hey, alright, so we're gonna report it to chat developers. Alright, awesome. Could it be maybe something with OBS? However, maybe it's just, it keeps reloading the thing. Maybe there's an update that I missed that fixes this. Okay. .3D. Ooh, what is a .3D file? 3ds, also 3ds Studio. I don't want OBJ. Hold on. Does OBJ contain animation? It does not, as far as I know. Good lord. Man. Right, so I already knew that. Just reassurance. Maya has to be able to export the 3ds files. Transferring. Okay, so these are all workarounds. And chances are nobody has answered my question on the thing yet. Okay, I'm gonna turn off the chat for now because it's a little not right now. Restream tech support is on the ball as usual. Nope. No responses yet. Oh well. Chances are I'm gonna have to make the animation programmed in the actual file. Chances are. Assets, models, pylons. Yes, don't save. Okay. So that would be this thing. This thing here. So we have this thing. Oh, I need the damn switch. Or maybe I don't. Maybe all I need to do is just add a bunch of other geometry here to this mesh. I bet I can export just a selection, but it's only gonna export it with the weird positioning. You know what? No need for extra models. Keep it simple. I might actually even remove the 2 signs that are up on the screen, or up on the finishing area right now. Okay. So I load up the sprites. Where are they? Right over here. And now I need AJK, sprite, draw sprite. Sprite index, and that's all that it actually needs apparently. Yeah, let's take a look at this. I wonder if it's gonna be with alpha. Oh, yep. Can't find the sprite, huh? Because it wouldn't be in textures. Well, it would be in textures, but it would also be in GUI. There we go. Ah, man, what are you doing? Hold on a second. Did I export? No, I did not. Why is it drawing both of them? Sprite 1, Sprite 2. Oh, it's drawing both of them because of the thing. Because I loaded them in. How do you get the sprites to not draw right away? That's what I'm wondering. So if we load this image. Oh, it loads it as an image. Okay, so let's look this up. App game kit kitty. App game kitty. App game kit stop sprite drawing. Create render image. Sprite. Intel Developer Zone. Okay, so here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna stop this live stream for just a moment, and I'm gonna relaunch it, and I'm gonna see maybe if there's an OBS update for this thing. We'll see. Be right back. Just give me like 5 minutes.